You're a dreamer, aren't you? Yeah, me too. I think being a dreamer is such a beautiful thing, and you should really value your creativity and the fact that you can imagine and envision a better, more fulfilling, enjoyable life for yourself. But a way that we dreamers tend to get stuck and sabotage ourselves is by dreaming only. You come up with this dream, maybe you even actually come up with a plan, and then you stop right there. That is holding you back. As a dreamer, we must learn how to also become a doer. Think about how excited and motivated you feel when you are coming up with a new vision board or when you are writing down your New Year's resolutions. That is a beautiful energy to be in, but we cannot stop there because before you know it, another year will pass and you will look back and you'll be like, wait, how am I still in the same situation? What went wrong? I don't know. Well, what probably went wrong is that you stayed up here in the clouds and just dreamt about it and just envisioned it and didn't actually do anything to make any progress towards it. Now, don't berate yourself and be super negative about this. It happens. But in order to not be where you are today, a year from now, you are going to have to make some changes. I don't want you to look back and feel discouraged yet again because you set these goals and didn't follow through on them. So, what we're going to do is go over the ways that you can become a woman that gets exactly what she wants and how you can level up your life, whether you want to do it by summer, by autumn, or by the end of the year. It doesn't matter when your self imposed deadline is. If you take these tips and implement them in your life, you will see changes. Hey, hi, hello, and welcome back for another video. I'm Jaden if you're new here, and if not, hey girl, it's good to see you again. On this channel, we talk about self-development, mindset, and how to become our best selves from the inside out. So, subscribe if you vibe, hit the like button and the notification bell so you don't miss anything from me. I'm also a women's mindset and confidence coach. I help women realize the value in their voice and the power in their potential. Yes. So, if you would like more from me than just my YouTube videos, you can go to my Stand store and book a coaching call with me or get any of my products, paid or free. And I'm also working on more things to better serve you on your level up journey. So, stick around. I cannot wait to share it with you. And without further ado, let's get right into today's topic. The first thing you need to do is take a life audit. Ask yourself, am I implementing the habits that will help me become the woman that can not only achieve her dreams, but also maintain them once she gets them? Now, if your answer is no, that is okay. I do not want you to belittle and berate yourself if you're not where you want to be in life. We all evolve on our own timeline. You don't need to beat yourself up about it. We just need to know where we're starting from. Okay? So figure out where you are, how much space is between you and who you want to be, what you want, and ask yourself right now today, I hope you're taking notes. What can I do to get me one step closer to my highest self? What can I implement today or tomorrow to get me closer to my goals? Because a woman who gets what she wants must first become aware of what it is and how to attain it, and then start taking small steps toward that. It's like the book Atomic Habits says, the goal is to get 1% better every day. One way that you can do this is by strengthening that discipline muscle, because we will not feel motivated every day. But if we put systems in place to habit stack, you will move the needle so much faster by taking a small step every day instead of waiting for the day when you have a lot of motivation to take a huge step. Because if you take a huge step once every 3 months, it's going to take you so much longer to get to your goals than taking small steps every day. So whatever you first start to implement may not seem like it's doing anything. It may not seem like a lot, but compounded over time, it absolutely will make a world of difference. And you also don't need to have everything figured out beforehand. In fact, I almost guarantee that you won't. You will not know everything that you need to know before you start. That's just not how life works. Because once you actually start, you will encounter an obstacle to overcome that all your research during your procrastination phase couldn't teach you. That's okay. That's normal. You don't know what you don't know. But if you never start, then you never will know. So just start. And starting, even though it's scary, even though you're intimidated, even though you're not sure you can do it, that's just part of it. And starting is always the hardest part. I mean, think about when you want to start working out, when you want to start walking every day, jogging every day. The hardest part, at least for me, and I know a lot of other people, is putting on the workout clothes, putting on the tennis shoes, taking your butt outside or to the gym to actually get started. That's the hardest part, because once you start, once you are lifting the weights, you're on the walking trail, then it just flows. It is so easy to keep going once you start. And a woman who gets what she wants doesn't feel defeated by temporary setbacks, because she knows that maybe I'm taking a little L right here, but I'm going to have a big win later, because this little loss is preparing me for the big win down the road. But if you never start, if you never encounter an obstacle, if you never fail, then how can you ascend to the next level? Because the next level is going to come with its own challenges as well. Life is a game. So we all start at level 1. And by facing and overcoming the challenges at level 1, you're then prepared for level 2, and so on and so forth. But we couldn't get to level 10 without the knowledge, skills, and experience that we learned in levels 1 through 9. So please do not be afraid of starting at 0. Any new endeavor in life, you're starting as a beginner. Because why? Because if you're a beginner, you're at the beginning, which means that you don't have all of the experience, knowledge, skills, wisdom that you will have once you become an expert. But you cannot be an expert if you don't first start as a novice. Just do what you can to make sure that you don't stay there at the bottom, at the beginning, your whole entire life. Because then you're going to look back and be like, what did I do with my time? I wasted it being afraid of what other people thought, or being a cog in someone else's machine and being a good little employee. You don't want to get to the end of your life and wish that you had gone for the things that you want. While you may dislike being a beginner, do what you can to soak up all the knowledge in that level so that you're ready for the next one. It's not about climbing the whole entire mountain as soon as you see it. It's about taking it on little by little. And then eventually you will be at the top without burning yourself out. A woman who gets what she wants also knows that sometimes she has to say no in order to get them. She doesn't let Stacy or Tom derail her and take her off the path of progress. She enjoys her life, yes, but not so much so that she throws all caution to the wind, does whatever she feels, whenever she feels, and ultimately lets her vision fall to the wayside. No. So what do I mean by this? This means not allowing yourself to become distracted. You need to enjoy your life, yes, because we are not subscribing to hustle culture anymore. I think collectively we are raising our consciousness out of that. We know that there's more to life than work, and that we should work to live instead of living to work. But we also can't be so lost in la la land and having so much fun with friends or binge watching so much TV that we don't do any of the things we know we need to do. As a former procrastinating perfectionist, I understand how difficult that is. That is why it is best to start with small steps, little habits that you can easily add into your daily life so that you don't get overwhelmed, give up, and have to start over from scratch every week, every month. I know I used to do this a lot with exercise. I was in pom in high school. I was in basketball all my life until college. So I was used to physical activity. I was used to having to go to practice. But once I graduated, I had to take it upon myself to do physical exercise. And I was not disciplined at all. But I saw something the other day that said, I was not born to hustle and grind. I was born to dilly and dally. And that is me. Oh my gosh. And my mom. So I get it. I went through a period of years where I didn't work out. I was relying solely on my genetics and my good metabolism. But instead of going to the gym again out of the blue, overworking myself and making my body so sore and then not going back again for another few months, I decided, you know what? Let's do this smarter, not harder. And I started going for walks. And walking has so many benefits for your brain and body, and it is low impact exercise, and I am all for it. Having the sun on my skin and in my eyes first thing in the morning, now that it's springtime, and hearing the birds chirping and seeing the flowers start to bloom, the trees are getting their leaves again, like it's just magical, honestly. So, I highly suggest to you going for walks, even if it's just 20 minutes a day. 20 minutes of walking can do so much for your brain. It doesn't have to be an hour, hour and a half. You don't have to get 10,000 steps a day right away. That's overwhelming. We're not going to do that. I say all this to say small steps. Do not underestimate them. Leveling up does have a lot to do with implementing helpful new habits, but it also requires that we take a look at what we're doing right now that we should not be and removing it. So, if you have implemented the new habit of meditating every morning when you wake up, that is amazing. That will help you out, girl. But if you're not feeling the positive effects of your meditation, but you're still doom scrolling, the doom scrolling is canceling out the meditation. If you've been on a fitness journey for a while and you still aren't seeing the results reflected in the mirror, it could be because the change you now need to make is in the kitchen. So sometimes it's not that adding something new is the solution, but that you should remove something that no longer serves you. Another way that you're going to become a woman who gets what she wants is by not giving up at the first sign of failure. You need to be persistent in the pursuit of your dreams because if you're not, you will not get them. I mean, it's that simple. If you don't go for it, you won't get it. So your mindset and your energy are huge when it comes to whether or not you're going to win in life. Successful people are successful because they didn't give up when they encountered a challenge. When they seemingly failed, they got back up and tried again and again until they got their desired outcome. That's what we have to do. If you don't know about this book already, I recommend you read Think and Grow Rich. I'm not done with this book, but I have learned so much from reading halfway through it. So, Think and Grow Rich is going to be a great book for you on your level up journey. In that book, it talks about Henry Ford and how he was uneducated, illiterate, and ignorant. And he became one of the richest men in the United States. He built Ford Motors. He eventually became educated, but he didn't start out that way. But he didn't let that stop him either. So, a mindset I want you to adopt is nothing is a block for me. Okay, so I had this limiting belief, or okay, this is what my circumstances are showing me. But since nothing is a block for me, I'm just going to keep on going and I'm going to get what I want eventually. It also doesn't matter whether or not other people support you. It would be nice, but if you don't believe in yourself, how is anyone else going to believe in you? We have to cultivate that confidence within ourselves. My ebook, The Glow Up Guide, and my freebie, Confidence is Key, will really help you guys do this. Or, of course, we can jump on a coaching call and I can help you one on one. Check those out in the description if you're interested. So, if you have the support of others, great. If you don't, okay, you can still get what you want. You just have to become so mentally and emotionally secure that you can tune out doubt, distractions, opinions, everything, and have tunnel vision when it comes to what you want. So don't get distracted by every new shiny thing that you see on the internet and don't constantly move the goalpost. Because if you're setting a goal and then when you get close to it, you're moving it and you're like, actually, no, it's going to be this, you're never going to get the satisfaction of achieving any of the goals because you're always moving the goalpost. And taking action is important, absolutely. But so is maintaining a high vibrational state that matches with your desired reality. So even after you do get clear on what you want, if you are never thinking, speaking, feeling, or acting in alignment with those desires, they will not come to you. You will be blocking your own blessings. Get introspective, look within, and any limiting beliefs you have, start discrediting them. They're called a limiting belief for a reason. If they were an absolute truth, we would call them limiting truths, but they're not. So we don't. So if it's a limiting belief, you can change it. It's not an absolute fact. It's not a universal law. That is such good news. So if you have a limiting belief, you can learn to unbelieve it and believe something better for you that serves your highest good. So Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it has helped you in some way. If it did, let me know how down below in the comments. I love to hear from you ladies. And you can book a call with me if you would like advice personal to you and what you're going through, or you can get any of my products paid or free at my Stan store, again, linked down below. And thank you so much for spending your time and energy with me today or tonight, whenever you're watching this. I love you ladies so much. I will see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye.